Hello and welcome once again na nata sa ato ang series 4 sa ato ang Learn Java language. No, and we'll talk about the Java data types or the primitive. So we will learn about the 8 primitive data types in Java with the help of the examples. So before we start, please do subscribe to my channel and please share this one with your classmates and colleagues na gusto mag-cut-on when it comes to Java programming. So you are now here in the basic Java programming. So dili ta mag-start sa tanan. But if kibaw na kaani, you can proceed to my playlist which is Eclipse na advanced Java nga mag-create na og application. So just check my playlist na lang diri sa ako ang channel which is Bisaya Programming. So sa dili pa dugayon na mag-start na ta. So Java data types. Okay, here. As the name suggests, data types specify the type of data that can be stored inside variables in Java. Okay? So Java is a statistical type language. This means that all variables must be declared before they can be used. So dapat nga ang variable kung ato na siyang gamiton, ato na siya nga i-declare before siya magamit. Na for example, int speed limit is equals to 18 and so on. So the variable is speed limit. No, and so on. So here is the example. Int is the data type and the speed is the variable. The int data type determines that the speed variable can only contains integer. So ang kanidang int, this is integer, meaning whole number. So kanidaw si speed can hold a whole number, which is integer. Okay? So let's move. There are 8 types of predefined in Java. Now again, there are 8 data types predefined in Java, known as the primitive data types. Note, in addition to primitive data types, there are also referenced types or object types. So now, let's proceed here sa ato ang first nga primitive data type. Mao ang Boolean data type. Kung mo nagitag Boolean data type, na siya duha ka possible values niya. Either mag-true or false, or yes or no. So ana siya, kung makasugad gyud mo aning true or false, and that is a Boolean data type. Okay? So the default niya nga value is false din na siya. Kung wala ka ga-declare og kana siya nga, for example, if the statement is true then ana, kung wala lang ka, the default value is false. They are usually used for true or false condition ang kaning Boolean type. Timanin na ninyo. So I have here an example. Boolean flag is equals to true. So kani is ato ang data type, our variable, and this is our what? So if you don't know about that one, you can check my previous video for that one. Kaya ato na siya nga gi-tackle. If wala ka kahibaw, then or naka-remember ka, that is literals. Okay? So this is our print line, which is system.out.println flag. So ang output na niya, it will print as true kung ato na siya nga iparan sa ato ang Eclipse kani siya. But try this one in your Eclipse. Okay? Try to type this one and run as Java application, ay ang output na kay true. Okay? So next, number 2, byte type. The byte data type can have values from negative 128 to positive 127. 8-bit signed to complement integers or integer. If it's certain that the value of the variable will be within 128 to 127, then it is used instead of n to save memory. Okay? So the default value is 0 for that. So ilang kay kaproblema Kung naglibog unsa din yung byte. Kay soon sa ato ang series ato na siya nga mas masugatan. Okay? So for now at timan ilan na ninyo ang mga examples. So example for the number 2 which is for the byte data type. Byte range. Again, pwede ta makadeclare ani inani nga pagka-declare then atong gikuan ang range is equals to 124. System.out.println range prints niya is 124. Tadira. So kung yun ang itry sa inyong Eclipse or sa inyong compiler, itry na ninyo, then this will be the output, the possible output for this one. Okay? So next we have the short type. Short type data in Java can have values from 32,768, that is negative, to 32,767, 16-bit signed 2's complement integer. If it's certain that the value of the variable will be within negative 32,768 and 32,767, then it is used instead of other integer data types. Well, either it is int or long. Okay? So please remember lang sa mga inani, kung naglibog pa ka, ato na siyang masugatan soon sa ato ang, as we go on sa ato ang topic or series. So again, for the short type, ang default value ana niya is 0. Okay? So here, example for the number 3. Short temperature. So we have here the short temperature. Short is our data type. Temperature is our variable. So we have here temperature is equals to negative 200. This is our literals. And then we are going to declare the print statement which is system.out.println temperature. So expected ang mugawas niya is kanisiyang negative 200. Okay, that is for the short data type. Let's move to the int type. The int data type can have values from negative 2 raised to the power of 31 to positive 2 raised to the power of 31 minus 1. Okay, so if you're going to solve this one, negative 2 raised to the power of 31. So negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2 and so on. Okay, then the result is positive 2 hantod 31 ka 2 git multiply niya, then minusan og 1. So muna siya ang iyang value ana niya. That is 32-bit signed 2's complement integer. So if you are using Java 8 or later, you can use an unsigned 32-bit integer. This will have a minimum of value, which is a 0, and a maximum of 2 raised to the power of 32 minus 1. Okay, so that is for the int type. Default niya is a 0. And this is an example for that. Int range is equals to negative 4 to 5 0 0 0 0. So atong siyang ikuhaon using this one, mo print out siya. That is for the int data type. So next we have the long type or the long type or the long data type. Can have values from negative 2 raised to the power of 63 to positive 2 raised to the power of 63 minus 1. Okay, so that is 64-bit signed 2's complement integer. So if you are using Java 8 or later, you can use the unsigned 64-bit integer with a minimum value of 0 and a maximum value of 2 raised to the power of 64 minus 1. So the default value for this one is 0. Okay? So an example for this is this one here. So muna siya yung value. Once ato na ikaw ng range, muna siya yung output niya. Okay? So ang inyo laging ko nun is timan ilang ni kay as we go on sa ato ang tutorial, yun na siyang masabtan pag maayo because it's really hard for me to say it nga unsa na siya, unsa ni, then maglibog pa ka. So ang buhaton karon is inyo lang din siyang timan-an, take down notes kay once mag hands on na ta adto nato siya nga makuha nga ay mao din na siya ambot pasabot ana. Okay? So notice the use of L at the end of this one. This represents that it's an integer of a long type. So kanay daw L diri pasabotan na niya kung nagamit ta ana, that is an integer of the long type. Okay? So let's proceed. Number 6 is the double. The double data type is a double precision 64-bit floating point. It should never be used for precise values such as currency. The default value is 0.0. An example for this. Muna siya, double number is equals to negative 42.3. Ato na siya nga i-output. Gamit ng kani, atong i-call ang iyahang variable, then this will be the output. Okay? That is for the Java double data type. So, mga pointing numbers. So, kung magamit daw ta, we can use float, we can use double as well. So, nara ang float. Ang float data type is a single precision 32-bit floating point. Okay? It should never be used for precise values such as currency. Okay? So, kung magamit ito og katong mga currency, we can use double but not float. Timanin na ninyo. Pero the same na sila ang output. The default value is 0.0. Okay? So, example, float number negative 42.3. F stands for float. Ano siyang pagawas niya. But ang giingon diri, you should not use this precise values such as currency. So, di ka pwede kagamit na sa currency. Notice that we have used 42.3 F instead of 42.3 in above of program. It is because negative 42.3 is a double literal. Okay? So, kani daw, kung kanira mong i-declare o gamiton, for example, papaunin mo ang F, that will consider as double literal. Pero kung nagganahan jud kang gamit ka og kaning sa imuhang float, you need to put F at the end sa imuhang literal para mas ma-recognize o para ma-recognize siya as the Java float data type. Okay, timanin na ninyo. So next we have the char type or the character. It's a 16-bit Unicode character. The minimum value of the char data type is /U000 or the 0, which is kani, and at the maximum value of UFFFF. The default value is this one here, or stands as 0. So here, example niya, char, which stands for character. So kana daw si letter nga variable, it will accepts only character nga integer. So equals to kani. So kung kani imuhang i-input, the system that out that println letter, ang mugawas ana mo print ana is Q, because the equivalent ASCII for Q is this one. No. So if naglibog pa ka unsa na siyang ASCII or ASCII mo na siya ang iyang equivalent niya. Okay? So na siya sa mga binary numbers sa katong 1 and zeros. If naglibog ka ano na siya nahitabo ni siya nga mo na siya ang value ni Q siya, check the binary numbers katong yang mga ASCII or ASCII as they said. Okay, let's proceed. The Unicode value of Q is this one. So muna siya ang Unicode. So kung naglibog ka, so kada letters na for example A has its own Unicode, B has its own Unicode, and so on. So try to search that one also for further readings. So we get Q as the output. Kay mao na siya yung value niya sa kaning kung mag-declare kag char letter, then muna siya yung output niya. Okay? So try this one in your Eclipse and try to run if mag-output ba siya ang kaning Q. So let's proceed. Here is another example. Char letter 1 is equals to 9 So kung kaning 9 imong gisud sa parentheses, imong gisud sa single quotation, print gi siya og 9. But imong nanion car letter 2 is equals to 65, iya siya nga i-output ang letter A because A, ang Unicode sa A is 65. Okay? So, ang kaning 65, ato na i-convert na sa into binary. Pwede sana siya. Ato na siya atong 1 and zeros. Okay? So, the moment nga mag-press ka og letter A sa imong keyboard, mo na siya Unicode, correspond Unicode nga 65. So, para maka-understand ang imong computer, yan ang 65 ay i-convert into binary numbers. Sana na siya ang process niya. Okay, so this is an explanation. Here, we have assigned 9 as a character specified by a single quotes to the letter 1 variable. So, kani daw ang naa daw diri. Kani sa primero diri. So, na siya single quote. However, the letter 2 variable is assigned 65 as an integer number, no single quotes. So, as a result, ang A is printed to the output sa kani siya nga ikaduha. It is because Java treats character as an integer and the ASCII value of A is 65, or shall we say ASCII, or ASC2, or ASCII. So, pwede na siya. If you want to learn more, just search this one, mga values niya, for example, sa A, sa B, sa C, and D, and so on. So, pwede na po na siya mo na i-search na siya for further readings. So, now, next is string type. Java also provides support for character strings via java.lang.string class. Strings in the Java are not primitive types. Instead, they are objects. So, ang kanidang string, this is not a primitive object ni siya nga data type. For example, my string is equals to Java Programming. So, here, ang my string is an object. Object na siya of the string class. Okay? So, mo na siya. Okay, so that's it for now for the Learn Java Language Series number 2. I hope nga naka-learn mo something o bago sa mga data types and the objects. So please do subscribe to my channel and share this one with your classmates and colleagues na katong gusto magkat-on when it comes to Java programming. So this is the very basic. And please do hit like na lang for the series number 5 nga ato nga i-record for. Okay, so thank you once again. Thank you for giving your time here in my tutorial. And see you on the next video. Keep yourself safe.